So, I'd like to, this is part 2 of the OCA, Holy Trinity Cathedral, Chicago. This is part 2. And I'd like to say, before I get into this, Christ is risen. It's all my Orthodox brethren. Now I'll cut off. I was about to end it, but it did cut off. Engage the time right. In conclusion, basically, it was a good experience. I'm glad to see what how Bishop Matthias, I almost call him Bishop Messiah, Bishop Matthias, how he teaches his own parish. Now, the OCA parish that I went to was, Father Herman was a good guy. Father Dan was is my confessor, or is my spiritual father, I should say. Yeah, confessor might be a bad word, because it's like, it's not Mike, he's Christ. He confesses Christ as God, not me. It's my spiritual father. He's the one I go to for confession. But the bishops need to be challenged. I don't like it. It's often seems odd to me. This is more, I guess, a Catholic idea that the bishop is right. When the bishop starts doing things like cutting out the liturgy, cutting out things from the liturgy willy-nilly, which, having the entire parish that are regulars, no one reciting the things that are obligatory. I mean, not even just the responsitory thing, you know, the way the church is supposed to act, you know, say in response. People actually gave a few people, including me, really weird looks that we would be. I mean, the choir is there. The choir basically is there to introduce the tones. Well, I mean, not even that. I mean, the deacon should do that, or the whoever's officiating it. You know, Perhumenon is in this something tone, whatever tone it's, sixth or fourth or whatever. But the choir does the parts that are movable, the ones that appear on that feast day, that particular year. They get the new stuff, and they're the ones that guide the responses. But I have never been to a parish where basically everyone wasn't, even if it wasn't parishes that necessarily sang, everybody said, "O Son of God, who rose from the dead, save us who sing to thee." Or when it goes, you know, for the peace, like for the President of the United States, Armed Forces, all that. And then Lord have mercy for the fruitful thing, you know the whole things. And Lord, those things people sing, just naturally. And especially, I think you would want to be part of the people singing, "O Son of God who rose from the dead, save us who sing to thee." That's not just the choir, that's everyone. But even the parts that are mandatory, like that everyone's, okay, the creed that everyone says, and it was sung only by the choir, and then people didn't make the sign of the cross when it says, "Who with the Father and the Son together is worshipped and glorified," which is affirming the Trinity and denying the Filioque. But the parts that are, when you say before the Eucharist and afterward. Before the Eucharist, me and 5 other people were saying it. And we're all kind of grouped together. And then the one after it, you know, basically thanking God that the parish says in any parish, anywhere. St. George, St. Peter and Paul, Holy Transfiguration, St. Mary's Alsop, all these said that wasn't even there, not even said. I got to see how my bishop acted. Now, I suck at being Orthodox, fine. The worst person at fasting, I'm the worst person at praying, I'm the worst person at doing everything. And I'm not saying that just to be humble. I really suck at these things. I could be doing them a lot better. I could be praying, I could be more devoted to my prayers. But I don't. If there's a place where I'm doing more than everyone around, I mean, first of all, it's going to lead to arrogance. I didn't like standing in church being like, this is, because I was with somebody who was Catholic. I wanted to show them what it looked like. I'm like, these people, they should be doing it, and that's not pride. They should be. That's part of the Orthodox service. You can't change that. You can't just cut stuff out. Oh well, John Chrysostom cut this out and this and that. Yes, but that affected everything. That wasn't just doing it just to do it, or not doing it just to not do it. Effectively, he cut stuff out so he could preach for an hour and a half. But those changes, those reducing a lot of that stuff, which was stuff that just got built up, didn't change the structure of the liturgy or any of the vital parts to it. It was mostly, it didn't cut out any theology or anything. This was 4 hours long, if not more. I don't know. My phone shut off every time I go into a church service. I shut it off. That's it. But you have a 4-hour church service, but there's still things that are necessary, things that are cut out. I think I should be at some place that has more. That actually, I'm the poor one. I'm the one that sucks at everything. I'm the one that, place where I can learn and grow spiritually. The thing is, if this is the who's to shepherd this flock, and the reason why I left why I stopped going to Antiochian church, and I didn't leave it, I stopped going to that parish, is because of what the corrupt bishop did. Now, the corrupt bishop, Bishop Mark, is now OCA. So we don't have that problem anymore. Philip, he's in Englewood, New Jersey. So I think I'm going to go back to the Antiochians. And I've kind of been wanting to do that because a lot of the things that are translated, like Christ is risen, truly is risen. That's the response that I've always known. And Christ is risen. And they said indeed he was risen. That's very minor. But there's other things that are just minor. It's just translation that even when saying the creed, they have a different translation of it, which catches me up. Even just the translation in English just catches me up. I think when it's translated from Arabic into English, or even when the Arabs translate the Greek into English, it's going to be different from when the Greeks translate the Greek into English, and when the Russians translate the Slavonic into English, or even the Russian into English. They're going to get different translations that mean the same thing, but they're different. So it kind of obstructs from participating in the liturgy. So I think that was a good thing for me to see how does the bishop, the shepherd, actually deal with his parish. Which I don't feel comfortable in being under a bishop that's cool with having his home parish not know some extremely vital things, and didn't bring this up in the past of hey, you gotta do, because if anytime you're gonna sing or do anything, it's Pascha, right? Or a bishop that's cool with, oh yeah, we're going to take this out. We're not going to do that. Normal Pascha service, 2.5 hours, approximate. This one, well over 4. It was even 5 hours. I don't know. Maybe even been longer than that. I don't think that's a good place to be. So I'm gonna I'm gonna ask for a release, obviously, from Father Herman. So can I go back to the Antiochians? And I don't see why he wouldn't say fine. But the Antiochians, I don't want to make this seem like if you don't like a parish or a bishop jump around. I actually should still be with the Antiochians, and it was through a corrupt bishop. The corrupt bishop's not there anymore. Now, but now there's this, which is extremely disturbing, and it was very sad. And the one thing that I cannot stand, like the one thing that I try never to do, is to judge even anybody. Well, that person's sitting down the reading gospel. Like, there's times when I've been like, and then I see them have like a walker or something. I'm like, my God, what the hell did I do? And it's not like, oh, there was too many little things. There was too many big things. And again, I'm not trying to say this out of pride, but it was shocking when you're an Orthodox Christian, even if you are the worst at it, you should still defend the things that are holy. You should still say, no, that's not right what they did. Let's just say in the name of the Son and the Spirit. Not Holy Spirit, not in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. In the name of the Son and the Spirit. What if they did that? Like, you can't just start taking chunks out that are needed for healing, needed for worship, needed for proper reception of the Eucharist. And then beyond that, after reading Chrysostom's homily, then giving another homily, and then right after that, because that's the last non-fixed part of the liturgy that you hear before you take communion, and it even says the disobedient that come at the 11th hour, once they come to the first hour, receive your just reward. You guys know it. Which I was shocked, and he went through this whole laundry list of like, I'm like, wait, it's Pascha. The forgiveness takes place there. It just struck me as just strange. Like, it's a mixed message, but whatever. So I don't want people to think, oh, I'm morally better than anybody. No. But in practice, I think I should, because St. Mary's at Elsa adheres to orthodoxy. I've been there. It really does. And even if it's all in Arabic, too bad. I'm going to have to go there. But, so that was the strange thing. But, regardless of any of that fact, all those people are still Orthodox there. And saying, oh, he's not Orthodox because... No, the problem is he is Orthodox. Servers are very unorthodox, and I mean that both ways, but, Christ is risen. Have a blessed Pascha, blessed bright week. Please pray for me. And if you have any advice on what I should do, if you don't think I should go there, if you think I should, please tell me. I'd love to input other Orthodox Christians. Peace to you. May God save Serbia. Christ is risen from the dead. I love it. Trampling down death by death. So, take it easy. Now, the OCA parish that I went to was... Father Herman was a good guy. Father Dan was is my confessor. Or is my spiritual father, I should say. Yeah, like cutting out the liturgy, cutting out things from the liturgy, willy-nilly. which having the entire parish that are regulars, no one reciting the things that are obligatory. I mean, not even just a responsitory thing. You know, did cut off. Engage the time right. In conclusion, basically, it was a good experience. I'm glad to see what how Bishop Messiah, I almost call him Bishop Messiah, Bishop Matthias, how he teaches his own parish. A confessor might be a bad word, because it's like, it's not Mike, he's Christ. He confesses Christ as God, not me. It's my spiritual father. He's the one I go to for confession. But the bishops need to be challenged. I don't like it. It's often seems odd to me. This is more, I guess, a Catholic idea that the bishop is right. When the bishop starts doing things. So, I'd like to, this is part 2 of the OCA, Holy Trinity Cathedral, Chicago. This is part 2. And I'd like to say, before I get into this, Christ is risen. It's all my Orthodox brethren. Now I'll cut off. I was about to end it, but it